Have you noticed that all the black people in fighting games have a boxer background? Why is that? This is Epic Thought! What up, everybody out there in social media world and on HPTV? You're listening to another episode of Epic Thoughts. Once again, my name is Rohmon, Heritage Park president. Carla, again, is not with me today. She's at home dealing with time change and a new job. But we have a wonderful, wonderful guest for the second time. He's always an epic thinker. He's always on the online making his statements, making himself be known. But right now, he's going to be my co-host for the day. And I don't know why this guy shouldn't be a co-host more often. He's epic. He's Heritage Park family. He's one of our own. Singer, actually songwriter, rapper, big time mogul, big deal, kind of a big deal. I'm trying to think of his statement. He always says,
"It's your boy, not your boy."
It's your boy, but he's probably not your boy. The one and only Kevin Davis in the building. What's up, Kevin Davis?
What's up, bro? What's up, everybody? What's up, Epic Thoughts people?
Yes.
I am also a singer, so if you need me for weddings, bar mitzvahs, anything over Zoom or FaceTime, I got you.
He not only, this man does a lot. Okay, so I guess he sings now. He's working on his new projects coming out in a couple of weeks now. Completely Kevin, new hip hop album coming out in a couple weeks.
Man.
It's a incredible album. I listened to it. I actually listened to it on Sunday, Kevin, in the car, just to get another vibe of it. It's a really good album. He also hosts The Bridge on Truth FM on Thursday nights. And he's also serves as youth pastor at his church, Bridgeway Church in Vallejo, California.
Hey, Vallejo.
And representing the NorCal peoples, representing the Bay Area. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for watching us. Hey, if you're watching us on YouTube, click the subscribe button so you can get and click notifications so you know when we're going to be on.
Smash that like button.
Yep. So we got an interesting show coming up to you. And I think this fits right into your category because I personally, even though Kevin is part of the Heritage Park family, he kind of weird. And so when he tells me somebody's weird, then I think I listen to him. Because
you say weird. I'm weird?
You're weird. I think you're weird.
I'm just a fat white guy. That doesn't make me weird. Anyways, just
you got some quirks. But
that's fine. I'm quirky.
Yeah, you get some quirks. But one of the things we're going to talk about today is right up his alley, right up our alley, because we're both hip hop heads, we're both music heads, so it's up our alley in the vein of music, not necessarily the
there we go.
Not necessarily the context. So let's just jump right into it. Yeah,
let's go.
Okay. So there's an artist out there. His name is Ecclesia. I think I'm saying his name correctly.
Yeah,
Ecclesia. So this guy, I don't know if you have followed him. I don't know if you followed him, Kevin, but started looking at his Instagram page. His Instagram page is kind of interesting as well. But he's a CHH artist. If I get that straight, it's hard to think that he is, but he's supposedly a CHH artist. I think that's kind of debatable. But he just released a new song 2 months ago called Narrow Gate. Outside of what you're about to see, we're going to play segments of it. And I just want to let you know that we don't own any rights to the song. We're just playing it. This is not affiliated with us. We are just watching to review. So we're not going to watch the whole music video. We're going to watch clips of it. We'll even play it in the background and we're going to discuss what we see here. He's a very interesting guy. I don't know if this guy is trying to make a statement or if he's trying.
He definitely made a statement.
He definitely did make a statement. So without further ado, let's just get into it. This is Ecclesia. This is a song, Narrow Gate, which is available right now on YouTube. And you can watch it right now on YouTube under Narrow Gate. There he is right there. The guy, as you can tell.
Cat is weird, bro.
Weird. So we're going to listen to a little bit. All right, Cat, let's listen to a little bit.
To come to your place to dine in, you have prepared a table, ready for me to consider. Some bread and the wine remind me that I need need you to give me big and smile. And it's like a child, only by your love. Will I rise up with the sun? The way to death is wild, only one life. Keep me in your way, get me through that hell day. Humble me, Lord, I need you to take over again with your truth. I can't do anything apart from divine intervention, cause you're my highway to heaven. Only Jesus gives me my rest from running. He's the peace when my mind is haunted. He's the joy set before me. I will abide in the presence. Come with the heart of confession. Only He can keep me weak and smile. And be like a child. Only
So just initially, man, now that I'm watching it again a second time and listening to the lyrics, it's not like he's like spitting heresy,
No,
you
not at
know.
all. He's literally saying, "Humble me, I need you. Help me. Lord, get through the narrow gates." Where he's talking about, living a life for Christ is difficult. It's more difficult than than not living a life for Christ. So, first off, the visuals, the color grading, the freaking eye, bro. His eye, that left eye is fire. His whole aesthetics, I love it. I'm really digging the blues and the orange. Um, I mean, if you looked at the dancers just now, I mean, they might be doing some poses that, are a little, suggestive, or the eye, you know, it's very eyebrow raising for sure.
It's daring to say the least. My question to you, man, is you're an artist, right? So
I am.
does this kind of would you release something like this, or this would you feel like this is too risque for you? Because
Okay, so me, go ahead.
I feel like you kind of you take some risk, right?
I mean, in all right, so either Christians are becoming more and more relaxed in how strict we are, or we're adopting things that some Christians would say are worldly or whatnot. Um, for me, I talk about my I talk about my life, I talk about sex, I talk about you know, um, issues in my marriage. I talk about, the things that have failed, in my ministry. I've talked about having a kid in high school, you know. So for me, am I that, Bible scripture rapper? I'm not, but do I? I'm from the Bay Area, so we may do or say things that are a little different. We may dance a little different, but for me, I think the production is great. I think if you listen to the lyrics, or if you read the lyrics, I think they're great. Um, Visually, I mean, that's obviously not something that I would do, just because I don't think that that's who I am. With the short shorts and the choreography and stuff. I don't think that's necessarily me.
Uh-huh.
But without much context of who he is as a person, you know, um, and just reading the comments and stuff on the video, I mean, people are saying like cut the music off. Is the video representing Christ? And I feel like if you really look at videos, what video is really representing Christ visually, unless you're in a church and you're like getting baptized, or you're praying for somebody, or you see a representation of Jesus. That's what really looks like, representing God. Otherwise, you're just making a visual, you're just accenting the song. And I think the vibe of the song shows a very like if you listen to the drum pattern, it's very like kind of dark and heavy, and the melodic, way he's singing and the vocal effects is just very melodic and kind of eerie, So I think the visual ties in really well. Um, yeah, I do think some stuff is, suggestive and whatnot. I wouldn't wear that jacket, but I have tattoos. My body's covered. So it's like, okay, where are we drawing the line on things? I think that eye and the grill is fire though.
I see, and I now I'm watching it. I'm watching it again, and I'm kind of starting to think you're right, because like I think about our music videos. You have one that just came out, Death Row. If we muted it, we wouldn't know what you were talking about.
No, I just dropped a song called Death Row.
Yeah,
For anybody out there, it's featuring Miles Minnick and Mark Stevens. If you don't know those guys, go ahead and check them out. Miles is literally has literally blown up overnight, and this kid is just going crazy. He's on tour right now with Bizzle and 1K Few. He had a song out with Holvey and No Big Deal. The song with No Big Deal just hit 100,000 streams in a month. In the music video, we're just like we're vibing. It's fun, and it's just talking about how Christ took us off of death row. But if you looked at that, you wouldn't really understand. I'm talking about, I'm not, like representing visually like interpretive dance, God taking me from death row, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who are just logging on and noticing this, this is a Christian artist by the name of Ecclesia. He's actually, while we were watching the video, I looked at his IG page. He is a new convert. He just recently got saved, probably a year ago. But he's always had an artistic vibe about him. And let me see if I could find something. If I could find something that he posted on his page about this video.
Yo,
He
there's this cat. Sorry, there's this cat from Vallejo. His name is BP the Official, and he was running with like Pilo and G Easy and all those people, and he just gave his life to Christ, and he's just making Christian music like professing the name of Christ like hard. And it's just like, if he, maybe there's some stuff that he didn't clean up on his page yet or whatever. But I mean, like if you see that transition, it's a quick transition.
yeah.
But when Christ changes your life like that, you're gonna do, whatever it is to let people know how Christ changed your life, and you want them to have that. So I mean, for if he's a new Christian, and he's like, yo, I have this passion, I have this calling for music, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna reach people that maybe myself or you can't reach. And those are
Mhm.
the people that we're trying to reach. We're not trying to get, we're not trying to get Christians in the church. Christians are already in the church. We're trying to get the people in the streets or in our communities to come into the church, and we're all serving a different purpose. And I think
Mhm.
he has a purpose that maybe a lot of people don't quite understand, but who are we to judge what his calling is, or what on his life? But I mean, maybe he can do a better job of visually showing us that Christ has changed him up.
There clearly has to be a story behind the visuals. Like you,
They whoever directed this, if he directed it, if there's a guy out there that did this, or a lady, like, man, it looks
even
like
fashion wise, even
it
the
looks like
clothing,
right.
everything is
It looks
is
like
on
Colin.
purpose.
It looks like Colin Tilley did this. Um, or like this looks like Justin Bieber vibes with the colors. I hear Zayn. Like sonically, I hear like a Bryson Tiller type thing, and it's just like I think it's great. I think it's great. Plus, Christians usually like things that like catch people's attention. And I
Yeah,
think this is opening up. Obviously, this is opening up a great opportunity for dialogue and conversation.
And dialogue is definitely what it's opening up. I'm gonna read some of the
He
comments.
hit the he did hit the eye thing, the little Beyonce thing. Oh yeah, Beyonce. This got Beyonce written all over it, but
Oh yeah.
you
Oh,
know
it
where she
definitely
at.
does. I'm gonna talk about some of the comments that we've read, that we've seen on this thing, because the
Yeah.
comments on it, and we can give a little pushback on some of the comments, because the comments, they go hard on him. This
Christians
dude,
are
this
ruthless.
yeah, they're ruthless. They go hard on him. Here's some comments. This dude's the furthest thing from a Christian. This is demonic. Run, run, run away from this. The one that you said, play the video without sound. Tell me if Jesus is being glorified. Man's got the all-seeing eye and the sun god on his jacket. If that don't tell you what is wrong here, I don't know what will. And somebody else. Glad to see that people are able to see the demonic spirit behind this song and this message. Nothing related to
Check
Christ.
this out. Did you hear about this guy? His name is Bryson something, and he was dissing Lecrae in his new
Yes.
song. He
Yeah.
literally called him by name and was like,
Yes.
"We don't listen to Lecrae. We don't listen to that fake stuff," or what he said something.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, Jeremiah, 18, yeah, Jeremiah 18. It's like, okay, I feel like you offended me, right? So I'm
Yeah.
going to talk to you about it. Oh, you don't want to hear it? Okay, I'm going to bring 2 or 3 with me.
Two or
Oh,
three
you still don't
witnesses.
want Oh, you still don't want to hear? Okay, I'm going to bring it in front of the church. Doing a track or being in the comment section is not bringing it to the church, and it is not bringing it to him. I guarantee you, this man got like close to like 50,000 views, 100,000 views,
Yes.
and I'm pretty sure he's not. I mean, maybe he is scrolling,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure he's got a team that's out there looking. Like your comments probably not getting his attention.
Oh yeah. 100%. He
So
posted
you
on
should
his,
do a podcast like this, like Epic Thoughts, and you should talk
he,
about it.
bro, if someone is watching this and you know this guy personally, we would love to get him on the show and kind of,
I would love to talk to him.
that would be something. He's an interesting guy. If you just look at his IG page, but he made a statement about the music video. He says, "Thank you everyone for supporting the release of the music video. There have been some comments not understanding the movement and the styling. Um, I'm sorry, I'm trying to move the screen around to show it back up again. There it is. There have been some comments not understanding the movement and styling. It was not my intention to scare anyone with this video. I've
What are you talking
explained,
about?
yeah, I've explained the eye symbol before. Not sure what else needs to be explained, but I'm willing in this comment section." So then people were coming at him in the comment section, and I just want to see some of Humble Beast supports him. Ruslan supports him. So people in the industry, like Ruslan is following.
Does Ruslan support him?
Well, Ruslan is following him. So I'm using support as a very
Okay.
empty mind,
All right.
empty
Okay.
approach.
Yeah. Support me. Follow me.
Yeah. I'm looking for a response. He said he had a response in the comment section. So is this because we don't see it? Is this what we like? What are Christians bothered by? Like, I get the symbolisms, I get the all-seeing eye and the lion, and I guess there's a bunch of cultic symbols on his jacket. I guess the orange eye represents the all-seeing eye, maybe.
But what does that? Okay. Well, what does that originate from? The all-seeing eye.
Doesn't it originate from Masonry, right? Masonry
Okay.
and the Illuminati idea.
Right. But if like the original, it was it was biblical.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, are we talking about the beginning definition? Or are we talking about the 1960s
I think we're
definition
talking
of?
about the more of the 1960s, because I don't think what you're saying people really get to the depth of that understanding.
Okay, well then, I mean, if you're picking and choosing what it represents, can't he do the same thing?
Yes, I agree.
He did that again, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
She said it just looks creepy. It does.
It
It
does.
looks mad creepy, but I mean, we watch, I don't, but people watch scary movies. They go to
Yeah.
haunted houses. They like, eerie kind of, visuals. We like the glitchy, the strobe light stuff. So I mean, if you really think about it, he's in a what does it look like? A church
Church.
setting,
Yeah.
right? And it's light. He's using bright colors. He's not dark. There's no like blood. There's no, dark symmetry.
He's kind of got that 70s film filter where
Yeah.
something you will see on the filter for like a
Yeah,
Friday the 13th
the
type deal.
hues are a little, vintage. It's not super crisp. Um, but I also watched one of his other music videos where it was like he was just getting honey poured on him or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And
That's
I was
another one.
like, I don't understand that. But it's literally like he's literally talking about Christ.
Yeah.
I feel like there's that dude that was at Rolling Loud. He was like the big black guy who was screaming the N word. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Say it again.
He's like the big black dude from Rolling Loud, the tour, and he was like a grunge kind of rapper, and he kept screaming the N word, and then people were like, you're racist?" And he was like, "How can I be racist?
Oh
I'm
yeah, I know.
black."
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So it's like it's different. So people automatically are turned off by it, so they don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, so maybe it's just different.
Yeah.
We're not used to it. But if we look at other artists, other established artists, I mean, a lot of big name artists are a little watered down.
Yes.
They, might have done projects that aren't necessarily, Christian projects, or they're doing music with, major secular artists. And, what is that different? Or they're going on tour,
Yeah.
with, you know, with with other artists. Why confuse people? I get that. Why confuse them? But why not prompt them to think? Why not prompt them to, if we think about pastors, they come up with great sermon titles.
Mm-hmm.
They come up with controversial things like, "Yo, I really want to try to get you to understand this." And we're like, "Oh, that's so great that you're getting those type of people." Why isn't it the same thing?
Mm. I think his music is really generating conversation. I got to while I also saw there was a couple of things he did point out. He said the snake on his jacket is representative. Sorry. Oh crap. I'm trying to pull it up again. I lost it. He said the snake on his jacket represents the serpent. He said the song in itself represents baptism and how we have so much of the world on us, already on us, and how God's trying to deliver us from things that we don't know that are on us. The snake is a symbol of the serpent. The teeth. Sorry, I'm looking it up. The skeleton teeth are allude to death and death to self, in the way that the truth cuts through sharp metal.
Yeah, okay.
I think
Fam, you got a dope grill.
uh,
Like flex. It's okay. I mean, Toby Nwigwe did a song with Paul Wall talking about I got gold in my mouth. It's like we got grills. We out here.
right. Yeah. Oh, shout out to Toby though. I love Toby.
Toby is fire.
Yeah, he is.
Just did a song with Black Thought and Royce the 5'9". So I mean, Toby got an edited version of a song.
Oh well.
So if you got an edited version and he out here with symmetry that he then explains,
Mm.
you know,
He also says that the eye represents God's vision. Okay, so now I think it makes it worse when he explains it, because now I'm like, what? Like when he's like the teeth, the eye, the serpent. I get.
He got me with the teeth.
Yeah,
It represents the death
death
and
to
death to
self.
me. The video looks like what God is trying to deliver us from.
This guy's like, don't
Brooke,
watch this.
Brooke
Don't
is
watch.
hating. Brooke is
Brooke,
that's
a lot of
hilarious.
people, I think a lot of people are in Brooks' shoes, are like, yo, I don't get it. Maybe
Yeah,
he, like you said though, he's got in 2 months. The song's 2 months old. 41,000 views already in 2 months. I
he
mean,
might have gotten 20 of those in the last month.
oh yeah, because other ministers and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know what? Though? I did think of a scripture. I did think of one just now. I read this week Romans 16:14, and it was talking about because I remember Cara and I had this conversation about a lot of people use that scripture. Don't let your good be evil spoken of. And I remember Romans 16:14. We always say how people use that scripture out of context, because in the scripture it means is basically God is saying there's nothing there, there's nothing on the earth that's unclean. There's nothing on the earth that's unclean. But don't let your good be evil spoken of is if your brother sees something as sinful, don't do that thing in front of your brother.
Right. I'd be like, hey, bro, that's good that you're not smoking weed no more, man. That's real good that
You want to
that you're
hit
doing
though?
that.
That
It's
you
like
let your
it's
good
like, hey, man, hey, man, you great on that diet, bro. That diet is you doing great on that diet, man.
you killing
You
that
don't want?
diet.
Oh, you don't?
I'm
It's
gonna eat it right in
good,
front of you, dog. That's cool.
right?
Yeah, that's letting your good be evil spoken of.
Those smell hecka good. Dang!
They
Shout out to
look good too,
Rayleigh's.
man. Brooke made a statement she hasn't heard the track. We will tell you, we played it at the very beginning of the show, but the track is fire. The track is really, really good.
Listen, go go to iTunes and listen to it first, and then watch the video.
This reminds me of, this is the Christian version of This Is America.
Yeah,
How when Gambino releases America, it was
Childish
like,
hit him with the.
yeah,
Oh my
we,
gosh, he made it look so funny.
yeah.
They over here and they dance, and then it's just like, oh my gosh, when you think about it.
Mm-hmm. And I think Gambino has the opposite reaction. So like if you listen to the song without knowing context of the video, the song is okay. But now
With the video,
with the video, the song's good.
right?
Is banging. But when I listen to the song without the video, I still see the video in my head, and that still makes it a good song. This is the opposite. This does the opposite for me. Like when I heard the song, I was like, that's a fire song. Because I came across it looking at new music for HP radio. And then I hesitated to put it on because I saw the video. And I'm like, ooh, this is tough to watch. Like
He's like a Christian 6ix9ine.
he's a Christian 6ix9ine or NBA Youngblood.
I don't know who that is. You mean
Oh,
NBA Young Boy?
young boy, that's what I meant. I'm
Young
old.
Blood. Hey, Young Blood, how you
Yeah,
doing
but
there,
that's
Young
NBA
Blood?
Youngblood.
Yeah.
This, what also this looks like? Have you ever gone to sleep watching MTV? I know there's no music videos on MTV, but have you ever gone to sleep watching music videos or watching MTV and then they play music videos at like 2:00 in the morning? This is what you would see when you wake up after falling asleep on MTV. You wake up to this and just bug out. I remember that's the first time I saw Eminem. I fell asleep and I woke up to, hi, my name is, and my mind was like, what's going on here?
Crazy story. I remember this so vividly. I had just gotten the Marshall Mathers LP, right?
Uh-huh.
2000, 99, 2000.
Yeah.
And he had a song on there called Kim.
Uh-huh.
You know the song?
Yes.
Where he's chasing her and stuff. Yeah.
So wrong. Yeah.
So I'm in deep sleep, REM, right?
Uh-huh.
Woken up to that song at like, I don't know, 11, 12. I don't know why my parents, hey mom, dad, why'd you do that? It was probably my older sister, but
Oh God,
I
that freaked
was
me
I
out.
was like, yo, I was like breaking my stereo, like turn this off. Didn't believe
That's
in
the
God, but I
wrong
was like,
song to
bro,
wake up to.
I need you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you start speaking in tongues in the middle of the night. Like, oh God.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those like B-side
Yeah,
things. You
yeah.
know, like it's obviously not mainstream, but I'm so hung up on the comment with the person that said, uh, play this with the sound off, is it glorifying God? I really want them to show us a video that's glorifying God,
hmm
you
Man,
know?
we should probably play one right now. Let's play one right now. So while you I'm gonna set up another video and see if we're gonna play a popular Christian hip hop song.
Just put in like raps, go to like uh, something like
Should I
do
do a
a
Rapzilla song or should I do a Lecrae song?
or yeah, like a Reach Records or a Rapzilla or
Okay.
something, and be like, oh my, okay, let's pick out which parts are glorifying God.
Yeah, let's because if he's pointing out something that we just didn't notice. Oh, here we go. We're gonna play footage. We're not playing music. We're just gonna play footage of Lecrae's newest song with John Legend. Did you know Lecrae did a song with John Legend?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know there was a video.
Okay, here it is. So we'll still talk over it. This is "Drown" by Lecrae and John Legend.
This is obviously current situations, COVID testing, fires.
That's true. Maybe it's a bad example. Maybe a bad example. But still, we don't see a glorifying of God. Because here's the thing. I made this statement a couple episodes ago on Epic Thoughts. I said that even though we try to say that we're glorifying God, Christian hip hop in itself is very narcissistic. Even Christian hip hop, is a lot about us, and not saying that it's not about God, but it's a lot about us, and like me and you have always bumped heads on the idea of people who were like, it's God over money and all of him, none of me. Like, it's a lot of you. You know what I'm saying? And so even looking at this video, I'm telling you right now, I don't see a lot of the argument can be made about Lecrae, who I don't know where you put him in when it comes to representations of Christian hip hop. I just see him as a person who does hip hop that Christian.
Listen, I would much rather. How do I word this? When we get put in positions of authority, bigger, not pedestals, but bigger platforms, we're judged more severely. That's scripture.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see people like Lecrae or Andy or Justin Bieber or Chance the Rapper, they're like, oh, like Justin and Chance are like the Christians. Like I'm your Christian's favorite Christian is Justin Bieber and Chance.
Right.
Your favorite Christian's favorite Christian. And they're cussing in their music, they're doing all this suggestive stuff. So I'm like, okay, but they mention God, right? And we're like, oh my gosh, those guys are so amazing. Like I saw this thing where they're pitching a pilot for America's new next youth pastor, and it's being hosted by Justin and Chance. Like
On
they're going
TV.
out to, yeah.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, okay, so these guys are the representation of Christians. No judgment, just assessing. Why is Ecclesia not?
I think when we start getting to well, it's a good point. I'm gonna read Brooks' point real quick as soon as I can find it. Brooks' point: American Christians are narcissistic. Play this in another country that has people who don't know God. Are they gonna get who God is? That's a really good point. My question too.
Yes.
You,
If they get it and
if
they
they hear this
understand,
song, not
if they
the
hear it,
if they hear
if
the
they
song,
people who don't know God, why would they not? Why would this not? If they understand the lyrics,
yeah,
right? We're
yeah,
assuming that they understand the lyrics, they understand the message, they're hearing it, right?
hmm
Why would this not lead them towards God if they don't know God?
yeah. The message of the song is really, really good. Like, and here's my question. Let me ask you this question, Kev, as an artist, because I have my own answer, but I most of the time I think I'm wrong, so I don't tell people. So I'm gonna pose the question to you. Um, yeah, they would be confused. I think they'd be confused in the visual. But my question is, why is there so much pressure on Christian artists to be Christian? We don't put this much pressure on Christian plumbers or Christian sports coaches. I mean, we kind of do. Like, if some people think if you're a Christian plumber, you got be speaking in tongues while you're fixing somebody's pipes. But why can't we just be artists? Like
I'm gonna
this
let
is
the holy water flow. I'm gonna
let the
clean.
holy water
I'm gonna
flow.
clean the clog in your spirit.
Right. Why can't we just be artists? And who thinks, and we make this argument about even secular celebrities, like when celebrities talk about, oh, I'm gonna represent this candidate, and people believe them and follow them and take what they say as facts and trust them as they are, that they got the mind to know what's going on. But at the end of the day, they're celebrities. They're just talented people who get paid a lot of money. We are just artists at the most. I mean, most Christian artists have a biblical background like you and I do. But at the same time, do you think it's too much pressure that they're putting on us? Like, remember, this kid's been saved for about 6 months. And, the average Christian would be like, well, he shouldn't be making music. But the question I'll ask is, well, what's the alternative? Right? Like, his passion is music.
Bible. Every time you want to write a song, you just go to Bible study.
Right.
You know, I feel like we're supposed to have faith like children. We're supposed to jump in and but with both feet.
Mm-hmm.
When Christ, when we accept Christ in our lives, that's a radical change, and
Yeah.
we are excited. We're encouraged. We're like, you know what? I need to go. I need to go. And usually, when we receive Christ, we then jump into the Bible, and we're so filled with the Holy Spirit that most people who have been in this, in the, believer for any amount of time, we're kind of like, yeah, we're just, sometimes we're just like going with the flow. We may be pressing on, into the things of God, but like new Christians are like on fire. They're plugged into their church. They're leading. They're serving. They're plugging in where they need to be plugged in, and it's like, okay, so if his ministry is music, who knows what his fan base was?
Mm-hmm.
He could have had a great following, and then God did an amazing thing in his life. So instead of being like, you know what, I'm gonna just fall off. I'm gonna take a year. I'm gonna take 18 months. Why isn't he just like, you know what? I have this message in my heart, and I'm gonna spread it. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't really understand what he was doing. Maybe he made a mistake, and that's fine. We all make mistakes. People look for Christians like we're supposed to be perfect, and then they get people like you, me, and Ecclesia. Like we not perfect in no way. So instead of like cutting him down, like why don't we like encourage him? Why don't we show him like scripture, show him like the symbols, what they mean, what we may not understand in like the spiritual realm, you know, and educate him. If he's such a young Christian, why don't we educate him?
Mm-hmm.
Unless we're just being, narcissistic, or we're just being too critical, or we're just like, oh, this is new, so I don't like it. Do we have pressure as Christian artists? No, I think we call ourselves Christian artists. We talk about God. Our music is about God. Our music is about our life. Isn't our life pointing people to Christ?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I was doing. This is where I was. This is what God, saved me from.
Yeah.
This is how I'm I'm expressing my story. Is how I'm telling you my story, and I'm ultimately pointing you to Christ.
Yeah.
If I'm a plumber, if I'm an optometrist, I don't have to be like, Jesus, Jesus. Like, no, pastors, that's their title.
Mm-hmm.
Christian artists, like that's your job description.
Yeah.
You are you're a musician, you're a musical artist, you're a songwriter. You're doing these things, and we're not rapping or writing music about things that we don't do, like some people.
Mm-hmm.
We're writing about real life, relevant, transparent, situations.
Yeah. It's interesting because me and you we have different styles. I think that's why we're cool with each other, but we have different styles when it
Yeah, I'm
comes
like
to music.
90s boom bap, and you're like this new, like, pop. Like, I don't even know
Me?
yeah, I don't even like know what it is. It's like this. I don't know what. I'm strictly 90s boom bap, like Milk and Honey ambassador. Me and Ambassador, bro, we go way back.
You are Milk and Honey ambassador. I will give you that much. I don't know what I am. I really don't now that you mentioned it. Now I'm lost trying to figure out
No,
what I
we
am.
know what you are.
I'm more 90s boom bap. You're just making a joke.
I was.
Okay. But when it comes to lyrical content, yeah, over my head. When it comes to lyrical content,
I have you
like
beat in
we're not
all
talking
thing
about that.
Christendom.
Yeah, when it comes,
Christendom.
when it comes to Christendom, yes.
I'm that lyrical, miracle, spiritual, and you're
You're
like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, cuz he rode up on the block with a fifth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They try to give me the slugs.
try to give me the slugs. I preach the gospel like a Slav a lot. No, that was
Dun,
you.
dun, 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 dun.
No, but my music has always been more of, but I think it's evolved to a point where I'm rapping what you're saying. My stories and stuff that I share in my music is experiences that I have all the time, that I'm experiencing every day, and sometimes my experiences are not as Christ centered as somebody would like to think they are, and I feel like it's a disservice if we tell a Christian artist, be like, that's too far. Now, this right here,
Is my jam.
is,
Everybody
is this
on me.
too far? I mean, just
Yeah.
you think it's too far
It
to
well,
Brooks'
well,
argument,
obviously we're here, right?
right? We're here, and I mean, it did exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to spark conversation, and that's where we're at. To Brooks' argument, people will get lost in the translation. You can totally tell just by reading the comments. And here's another side of it I noticed too. The comments that were really distracting from the project or distracting from the song were a lot of old heads. A lot of old heads. Maybe even some, I would even venture to say some non-hip hop heads were in this, were like, nah, fam, this is demonic. This is demonic. My 100% thing I'm always cautious of is saying if something is God and something is evil. I don't like pointing out something and say that's evil and that's God, because you're walking a very thin line. You're being a spokesperson for God and saying, I know what God knows, and I'm telling you that's bad, that's evil. And like
Right.
the very first thing that God was instructing Adam and Eve was, you don't need to take part of knowing good and evil. Like that was
First thing he told him to do was go multiply. But
okay. But
yeah.
after multiplying, you don't
Be
need to know what's
biblical.
good and evil. Go multiply some
Right.
more.
Yeah.
Let's read some of his lyrics. I got some of his lyrics right here. I pulled up some of
Yes,
his
that's
lyrics.
what I needed. Oh, and I found the artist that he emulates perfectly is The Weeknd.
The Weeknd, yeah. That color aesthetic is definitely The Weeknd.
No, just the sound. Like
Oh, the sound.
like
Okay.
that song could be in, like,
Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey, the Christian version. So like
Mhm.
66
Oh yeah.
66 shades of Bible.
Oh God. Yeah, I hope he's not watching, because that'll be an idea for him. All right, here we go. Here's the lyrics. It's been a long time coming. You've been waiting for me to come in,
Let's go.
but I'm privately choosing to lean on my own understanding. It's bad behavior like a bandit. But even still, Lord, you never stop inviting me to come to your place to dine in. You have prepared a table ready for me to come and sit at. The bread and the wine remind me that I need you to. And the chorus is, keep me meek and mild, dependent like a child. Only by your blood will I rise up with the sun. The way to death is wide, with only one lifeline. Keep me in your way. Get me through the narrow gate. Humble me, humble me, humble me. And he only has one other verse, and it's
Hold
humble
on.
me.
Check this out. He's giving you scripture.
Yes.
The Lord has prepared a table for me and for you.
Yes.
He's literally telling you, God, I know you've told me to follow you. Unfortunately, I'm being me, all right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know your blood was shed for me. I know
Yes.
I need to be meek. You know what? People
However,
think that being meek is weak. It
yeah,
is not. So
no.
when he's saying, God, I'm dealing with this, but I know you've prepared a table for me. I need you.
Mm-hmm. The way to
What
death is
more are we
wide. That's scripture too.
what more do we need?
Yeah. What more do we need? The second verse is the only other verse. Humble me, Lord. I need you to take over again with your truth. I can't do anything apart from divine intervention because you are my highway to heaven. Only Jesus give me the rest from running. And his last line, he's the peace. And then it goes back
Give
into the
me your last verse written in your phone.
my last hip hop verse, like my
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Oh, God, this is
So
gonna
who
be.
is the better Christian? If there was a scale, who's the better Christian? That's
Oh
exactly what I'm
no!
saying.
Oh no! I'm
Read
gonna read
read
it
our
now.
last text messages. Put on blast the last conversation we had with our spouse. Let us know the last time you flipped off that person in the car because they cut you off on your way to work. How
Okay,
about
here's my last verse. Most recent song I've written. Here's the last verse. There's heaven and there's hell. Okay, so we're good so far.
duh?
Meanwhile, the no's keep adding up and bills keep piling up. The liquor's still flowing. On the pain won't mask enough. Frustrated with the talk. Mama said I ain't prayed enough. Am I the only one who don't get it? Cursed with the failures, but blessed with the gimmicks. Low on supporters, surrounded by critics. Trying to raise. This is dope. I don't know what I wrote this. Trying to raise, still grounded by physics. Man, what is it? I'm looking for an opportune. I'm living in the hallway. Thought you said my gift made room. Living off of past convictions. Question the heart. I think I might have missed it. Are you serious? I'm supposed to trust God when it takes on E. My girls can't eat. 3 days are quit and we can't pay heat. I paid all my tithes and you still blame me? Wow. I didn't know I wrote that. That's hot.
Are you upset? Do we need to talk after this?
That's a hot verse. I didn't even know I wrote that.
The liquor is still flowing? Man.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
I'm just saying.
All right. So final thought on the song. We're gonna move on to another subject real quick. Final thought on the song. Should it get played on Heritage Park Radio? Yes or no?
Yes.
The song definitely should be played on Heritage Park Radio.
Yes.
All right. I agree. The video should be played on Heritage Park TV.
No. No.
No. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there too.
That video is fire.
The video is the aesthetics look really good on it. I really do like
Video
it.
is
But
great, man.
people, I get it.
Very Miami.
Yeah.
Very like Tony Montana meets the Joker
Yeah.
meets like, oh, it's great. Hey, A1, man.
A1
It's
on the video.
video got to go.
Video got to go. We can't play it on HPTV, but we respect. Like we respect you get A for effort, A plus for effort because the aesthetics look really, really good. It's really, really good. You know, I keep forgetting, and I don't want to get sued, so we got give a shout out to our sponsors for Epic Thoughts, Pod Decks. If you do any kind of podcasting, you need pod decks. You know why? Because sometimes it's hard to come up with ideas. And so so you get pod decks, you go on poddecks.com and you can buy there's 4 different packs. There's one for interviews, one for subject matter, and a couple of other ideas to kickstart your podcast. So what we're going to do is Kevin has no idea. I'm going to take a couple of these questions, and we're just going to do like 3 of these questions. I'm just going to pull from the deck so people have an idea what kind of questions are on there.
Let's
and
go.
he's going to have to answer them candidly. You ready, Kev?
Yes.
All right, here we go. First question is, bam. If you had to delete all but 3 apps from your smartphone, what 3 apps are you keeping?
Okay, apps.
Yes.
What is so YouTube's an app.
Yes.
All right, so I'm keeping YouTube. I'm keeping Instagram.
Okay.
Is Apple Music an app?
It's not app on my phone, but I would assume that it is.
So like, is Google Play an app?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I got YouTube. And my notepad. My
Oh,
notes.
so your notepad. So Instagram,
Yeah.
YouTube, and your notepad. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
TikTok is a close number 4.
I haven't fooled with TikTok that much, but my sister would be killing on TikTok. But I haven't.
Yo, come check me and my wife out on TikTok, Kevin and Rochelle. We're out here killing the game.
Drop it. What's your reoccurring nightmare? If you have one.
I had one in high school where the sun kept turning into a red giant.
What?
Like right before it exploded. And then I went, and that was it. I had that like 2 or 3 times. I didn't know what it was.
Oh, that's hilarious. Do this. The breathe heavy again. Do that. The gas. Oh shoot. Brooke said her phone, text, and messenger, so I can use my phone for a phone. So I guess your phone's not working because you're keeping.
Is Brooke old?
No, Brooke is not old, but she knows her apps.
Text, phone. That's an app. Phone.
Yeah, I think it's.
That's a feature. That's a phone. That's the phone.
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. We might be right. We might be wrong.
Message like I all right. Well then
on Android, yeah. On Android, it definitely is. I know Contacts is an app.
We're out here, Apple gang.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. We don't have time to get into the debate that I really want to get into.
Why not?
We'll have to come back for it. But Team Iron Man versus Team Captain America. Oh gosh. I just pulled it. Who is your favorite hero of fiction?
The
reason I said that, people who don't know, me and Kevin have had several different disagreements.
Yeah.
Civil
Who's
War,
my favorite hero?
Yeah.
Fiction though?
Fiction.
Harry Potter, dude.
Harry Potter? Are you kidding?
Harry Potter. No.
Are you kidding? You're
serious, man. The Bible and Harry Potter are the only books I've ever read.
Oh, I was gonna say Bible's not fiction, but okay.
No, I know. Wow. I'm not gonna say David.
I know Jesus. Like
Jonah's my favorite fictional character.
Oh my god.
No, if we're talking like Marvel, I would say Spider-Man.
Okay.
Spider-Man because Stan Lee literally said that Spider-Man was created so anybody could be Spider-Man. White, black, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Miles Morales. Anybody can be Spider-Man. If we're going team Cap or team Iron Man,
gosh, nah, fam.
It's team Cap, bro.
No, bro, we're not gonna get into this. We've had several fights about this, ladies and gentlemen.
Cap, bro, for
it's
real.
Iron Man 100%. I lost so much street cred for Captain America. Is not even funny, man. Like,
what are you talking about?
No, bro. No, I don't get it. I don't get you. Anyways, they were supposed to be friends. They're supposed to be friends, and he's protecting his boy's life. He killed the dude's mom.
Listen, we all get caught up.
No,
And no, we all get caught up in certain things, right? And situations happen.
nah. So you, if let that be your mom,
All
wouldn't
his
you be
hands on sight, but
okay
I'm not.
then?
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not belittling like the repercussions. I'm just saying sometimes things are best if they may be kept from us.
Oh no. Brooke is on your side for different reasons. She said Team Cap because Iron Man is dead.
Listen,
Wow,
dang,
that's hard, bro.
but he sacrificed himself for everybody.
Right, which Captain America would never do. He would never
Listen,
do.
listen.
No, he never did.
Cap is worthy, bro.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
He
Cap.
said, he said, "Vroom." He had the hammer, bro.
Oh
Like,
my
let's
god.
go.
But Iron Man had the glove. Anyway,
Hulk
that
had the glove too.
Brooke is going hard, man.
Iron
Iron
Man
Man has
has no
no
team now. What
dang.
did he do to you? Did he drop a building on like a family member or
Oh
something?
my gosh. Oh man. Psych, Iron Man is my dude. That's hilarious.
I thought she said dead. Iron Man is my dad. That's like a ghetto chick. That's my dad.
That's my dad. That's my
That's my
dad.
daddy.
Before we go to One's Gotta Go, talk to me a little bit about the album. It comes out uh
Next
soon
year. So it
this
comes out
year.
next year. No, next year.
Oh, next year, next year.
Come on, it's December, bro. Comes out
I
next
that's why I
year.
thought you said this year. I was like, I don't remember that in the plan,
You
but
said this year.
yeah, I thought this year. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, we got to get working.
Yeah.
No, it's called Completely Kevin.
Yep.
And it's literally just a 2 year process of me just really coming into accepting who I am, being comfortable with who I am, and understanding that Christ is at the center of that. You know, I've been married. Married now for just under 4 years. A lot has changed. I'm the youth pastor at my church. Things are just going crazy. Doing the radio show that you talked about earlier called The Bridge, sponsored by Truth FM, and it's just an amazing experience, an amazing feeling to be fully content and okay with who you are. And I'm just being me. I'm talking about my weight. I'm talking about my skin color. I'm talking about my humor. I'm talking about my struggles. My relationship, my friendships, things like that. I'm literally just being transparent. I'm here for the young people. I'm here for you guys. I'm also here for the old people. If you want to be blessed by this, go ahead, do that too. But I'm super excited. I've got a couple singles that have been released, and I'm just looking forward to releasing it
Yep.
and going from there.
I'll concur that what I've heard. I don't know if I heard the whole thing because I think there's a couple tracks that I don't have yet.
Yeah,
But what I heard is dope, and so it's been an honor to work with you on this level and this project. Probably, I tell you all the time that when we originally signed you to Heritage Park, this is the album that I was looking to get from you.
yeah.
So this is a dope album. Not to say the last album wasn't dope. The last song was good too. It had a good song on it, but this album it's got a lot of heaters. And
It's
Stage
it's
Light,
good because it's good because it's a gender trend, or not gender, but
gender neutral,
no, yeah, yeah,
genre
hey, yeah,
genre neutral. You mean genre?
genre,
Yeah.
but it's also like generational,
Oh, it is. It
multi-generational.
really is.
You're like the old head, the 80s, 90s, like baggy jeans and starter caps and things like
Wow.
that. And I'm over
Wow.
here, I'm rocking the Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc, colors, and we
Oh
out here
my
with
god.
tattoos tatted up.
Yeah.
And we're just on fire for Christ, and for you to not only appreciate but
Multi-generational. That's what it is.
Genderation,
Multi-generational.
multi-generational,
I love it, bro.
racial.
Yep.
Yeah. It's cool to understand that a 13-year-old high school girl and a slightly older African American man like yourself from the IE can appreciate something on this album.
Oh man, yeah. 13-year-old girls cannot listen to my album. I know that for a fact. What
Hey, well, hold on. You told me once back in like 2015. This kid was listening to my album
yeah.
on Heritage Park, and then it was over, and the parents were like, "Oh, this is great." Then it went to music.
Oh yeah. Oh, I lost him. Yeah, I lost him. I remember the story. Oh, we lost him. The story went as a kid was listening to his album, and because on Spotify, it went straight to my album after that, and it was just
Sorry.
yes. Finish the story because I remember. Finish the story. You said he listened. Then
So
it
they
went over to
listened to my
song.
music, and then it went on to the other, Heritage Park artist, and it was you. And the parents were like, What is this? What is this? We
Turn
don't want
this
to buy the
off.
album. We don't want to buy
Yeah,
the album anymore."
and he got in trouble. I remember the kid got in trouble because he sang I said a line where I said the reason why I write this whole freaking song, and he wasn't supposed to say freak in the house, and he got in trouble. He got in trouble. Yeah, turn it off.
Yeah, I don't say no freaks, no, none of that.
No,
Hey,
I say freak. I say freak. I say a couple things. Like, I'm not as bad as Bizzle because Bizzle used to get in on you. Bizzle
nah,
used to get in.
7. Oh boy, 7.
Or Foggy Raw. Have you heard Foggy Raw?
Uh-uh.
Foggy Foggy Raw go hard.
Or oh boy, Ecclesiastes.
Or
What is his name?
Ecclesia.
Ecclesia.
He don't say nothing raw. He just shows pictures. Can you
Right.
imagine? Anyways, here we go. Let's do One's Gotta Go. So then we can
All
go.
right. Okay.
So I did find a One's Gotta Go Christmas edition.
Oh, cool.
So we got a One's Gotta Go Christmas movie edition.
They can all go. I'm just playing.
I hate Christmas movies. I hate Christmas. But anyways, here we go. I know it's another conversation. You have between what these four One's Gotta Go. You have Miracle on 34th Street,
Classic.
Home Alone.
Kevin.
Oh yeah. The original Grinch Stole Christmas. How the Grinch
So
Stole
the
Christmas.
animated one?
The animated one. Yeah. And the Christmas Story.
Oh, the animated Grinch can bounce. I mean,
Are you
it's
serious?
the only Jim Carrey movie that I like.
No, before so you think the Jim Carrey version is better than the animated?
Exactly, yeah.
So replace it with the Jim Carrey Grinch.
All right. 34th Street, Home Alone. All of the Home Alones?
No, just the first one.
Just the first one.
Yeah.
The Grinch and
Christmas Story. A Christmas Story.
It's got to be that's okay, so Miracle on 34th is saved.
Okay.
A Christmas Story is saved.
Yes.
Cuz there would literally be television companies that would go out of business.
TBS would fall apart if there was no Christmas
Story. So it'd have to be between Home Alone and The Grinch. Both of them are really, really good. I think it would have to. Man,
that's tough.
Home Alone is so good.
Yeah, it's good.
I just saw this interview about the girl who actually lives in the family home.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, it's so weird knowing that the film was filmed there.
That is crazy.
I would have to say the Jim Carrey Grinch.
Ooh, you still
because there's the original, and then they actually just did a new animated one, which I heard is pretty good.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch voiced Grinch on that one.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, yeah. That wasn't that bad.
Brooke, so it would have to
chime in. Yeah, Brooke, chime in. We want to hear what you got to say too. Oh, so you're going Grinch.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is tough. Now I'm thinking about it.
It has to be between Home Alone and Grinch.
See, for me, it's between Home Alone and Miracle on 34th Street.
How?
Um,
Whoa, how?
because I feel like
What are you
Miracle on
talking about?
34th
I sound just
Street,
like him.
yeah, Miracle on 34th Street hasn't hit me to my core as much as you know what? I'm gonna go with Home Alone. I'm gonna go with Home Alone.
Home Alone?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Home Alone
How is it not the
because
Grinch?
the Grinch hits me when the Grinch is on. It makes me think about Christmas.
I'm not going.
Yeah. Christmas Story, clearly that's part of tradition. You have to watch Christmas Story at least
You're
3
gonna
times
shoot
every
your
Christmas.
eye out, bro.
Yeah, you gotta see it at least 3 times. Miracle on 34th Street is like I feel like you should watch it Christmas Eve. There's something you should watch on Christmas Eve. But Home
Yeah.
Alone, you can watch Home Alone all year round and forget that it's about Christmas.
You can watch it in August
Yeah.
when it's 112 degrees.
Yes.
Home Alone.
Yep. Just Miracle
Oh my gosh. She's not old. She's like really young. What do you mean you ain't seen Miracle?
Not a lot of people have seen Miracle anymore. It doesn't get played that often.
Brooke, I need you to go on
That's
Netflix or
funny.
whatever. No, just man, go to like the Christian Hallmark Channel movies. Like you'll see it
It's gotta be on demand somewhere.
anywhere between like 11 a.m. and
Yeah.
like 4 a.m. You'll see it
On Saturday, you're gonna find it. So before we go, what is there an underrated Christmas movie that people have not seen? Or
Yes.
that's not a big deal that you like?
Underrated Christmas film is Con Air. Underrated Christmas movie is
Was
Bad
Con Air
Santa. Yeah, it was.
Bad
Well,
Santa?
it was released during Christmas, and he gave
Wow.
his daughter the present that was all covered in blood and stuff.
Oh, that's
He's like, "I
right.
need the rabbit." Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Bad Santa.
Bad Santa was a good movie. I'm okay. I'm okay with profanity and suggestive things on movies and music. I am not persuaded by any of those things. I'm not what is it? Tempted.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not tempted by any of those things. So like Bad Santa, there's the one with it's Con Air.
Con Air.
The one with like Seth Rogen and the dude, the dude, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Heath Ledger?
No, rest in peace. No, the other cat, the dude who was in Batman.
Oh,
as the
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, yes.
Yeah.
And then Falcon, he was in that one too.
Oh yeah.
Anthony Mackie or
Anthony
whatever.
Mackie. Yeah.
And then Eight Crazy. Oh well, that's Hanukkah.
What's the movie with those guys in it?
Oh, Last Christmas or This Christmas
okay, yeah.
Oh, the one with Chris Brown. This Christmas.
That's a good one too.
I love any like Tyler Perry-esque black.
Yeah, we still talk about Christmas. We are still talking about.
She's crazy.
I'll tell you what. Every Christmas Eve, I sit down and I watch Die Hard. I think Die Hard is probably one of the best Christmas movies out there. Die Hard. Last year, Netflix released a cartoon that I thought was actually pretty darn good called Klaus. I don't know if they're going to release it again.
The evil Christmas?
No, that's Krampus. That's Krampus. No, Klaus was the story of how Santa became Santa. Yeah,
Krampus, right?
No, there was a story called Klaus. It was a cartoon about how this guy, there's a guy in their town where pretty much the history of Saint Nick, and it was actually a really good story. It actually got
Santa Claus, bro. Santa Claus is so good. Tim Allen.
Yeah. Imitation of Life is played during Christmas time and underrated. I don't know what that one is. Haven't heard of it, Brett.
That must
But
be a
what's the cure?
That must be a home movie. The Imitation of Life.
Oh
Honey,
my
it's
god!
your turn.
Yeah, you come get the camera. I get the camera. Oh man! All right, man. Well, look, thanks for coming on the show. Where can people find you, Kev?
You can find me on Instagram at Kevin Davis Music One. You can find me on Facebook at Kevin Davis. You can find me on MySpace as Little
Oh,
Soldier for Christ. That
my
was
face.
in like 2003. I've been in this thing since 2002, but I really wasn't living it in 2002. You can find me on YouTube at Kevin Davis. It's right here with the exclamation points. And you can
Yeah.
find me on Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, Google Play, Grinder, Tinder. Oh, you can't find me on those things. I'm
I
married.
hope we can't find you on Tinder.
Bandcamp, Noise Trade.
SoundCloud.
Down the street at the liquor store, I got CDs
You're
in
not.
the at
Wait,
the
we're not
register.
lying. You can actually find friends and family on Noise Trade. I'm just
Yeah, you
putting it up.
can. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you can.
can.
So, all
I've
right.
been around,
Oh,
round
man.
and round.
Round we go. Yeah, and catch his new music videos on your YouTube page. It's on the Heritage Park YouTube page.
It's on the Heritage Park YouTube page. It's also on
Yeah.
my YouTube page. Go ahead and subscribe.
Yep.
It's
Subscribe.
called Death Row, featuring Miles Minnick and Mark Stevens.
Yep.
Catch me every Thursday on Facebook Live on the Truth FM app. It's called The Bridge. It's a youth and young adult hip hop radio show. It's fire. Me
Nice.
and two of my amazing co-hosts are on there, and I'm just excited to bring recognition to Christ to my generation.
Nice. Again, thank you for coming out. Thank you for getting on. We'll get you back. We definitely got to get Kev back. And thanks, Brooke, and everyone else who's been in and out on the video. We will talk to you next week. We're out.